And do you want to start? Do you want to introduce the game to us and to the audience?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me on. I'm really excited for this as well. So Jiangshi Blend the Banquet Hall is a game that I co-designed with Sen-Foong, and it is a game about a family of Chinese American immigrants who have a restaurant to run in the 1920s. So in the daytime, they are faced with oppression and stress because they're running a restaurant. And then at night, they are even more stressed because hopping vampires, Jiangshi, come out and attack everyone. So that's the game in a nutshell.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I've had so much fun writing the tweets for this because it's like, yeah, Chinese restaurant owners by day, Chinese vampire hunters by night, and everybody's like, I'm sold. It's the best concept.
Awesome. So yeah, should we do intros for
Let's do
everyone?
intros. Do you want to? It launches on Kickstarter soon. Do you want to talk
Yes.
more about like what is the system and everything like that?
Yeah, so the system is all original. Sen and I have been working on it together since 2018. And now we're bringing it to Kickstarter on July 14th. So that's 3 days from now, which is very exciting. And before this, I've been working on a bunch of TTRPG stuff for other companies. And I'm co-publishing this through my company, Game and a Curry, with Wet Ink Games. So we're doing it together. So that way we generate as much interest as possible.
Yeah, why not? And this is not your first time on Asians Represent. We've had you on this so many times. We actually talked about Jiangshi like last year for an episode.
Yeah, I think we talked about this with Sen. I think Sen was on it too. We were doing it at Fan Expo.
Yeah,
Right?
we sat on like the floor in like a hallway and we just recorded this. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And we were actually
And now
getting
it's-
there were some people who actually messaged us on Twitter and were like, "Oh, I'm a fan of your podcast ever since that specific episode." Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yes.
really cool.
So people are hyped for your game. Sorry, I interrupted. Let's get into it. I'm just excited.
I love that you mentioned the Fan Expo because Banana, I think that's when we first met, and 100% I was in cosplay in like a dumb Steve from Stranger Things outfit.
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
so
that's
great,
right.
Though.
I think
And that was the first time I met Lily too, and like that was a great expo, and like I love going to cons. I miss cons.
I do too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really miss cons.
So yeah, again, my name is Banana Chan. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. And I don't know if anyone else wants to quickly introduce themselves before we get started.
Yeah,
Well-
Daniel, let's start with you.
Oh,
Introduce
hi.
yourself and your character.
So
I mean, everyone knows Daniel, so never mind.
Whoa, no,
I'm
So
just kidding. I'm
so
just kidding.
famous.
no, please. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly do that. No, nobody knows me. I'm Daniel. I am one of the co-hosts of the Asians Represent podcast. I don't know. I'm playing. Are we gonna talk about characters?
Oh,
Or-
let's do characters in a bit. I'm
Okay.
going to do a quick primer so that everyone knows what to expect, and then we're going to go into characters and relationship building because we still have to do that.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. I'm Daniel. I use he, him pronouns. I put everybody's pronouns actually on the screen underneath their little webcam. We'll see all of our character names. And Banana Chan, I have assigned the role of dramatic manager, the DM. I don't know what. Do you actually have like an in-game word for the GM, or do you just use GM?
Game moderator.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm Daniel. Asians represent. Asians read stuff. How about Agatha? Because you now have a Twitter.
I do. It's a baby Twitter. There's literally no tweet there. It looks like it's a bot that has my picture on it, but no, it's actually me. What is my Twitter again?
It's Mighty Shrimp, but double Y.
Yeah. That's me. I am one of the other co-hosts of Asians Represent, and that's it.
Let's
Steve.
go with Steve.
So, hey, everyone, I'm Steve. My pronouns are on the screen. You might see me on the Asians Read as well as the Dungeons into Asians actual play on Asians Represent. So happy to be here. Happy to play this. Happy to talk about food at this what would normally be lunchtime. That's gonna really affect play, I think. We'll see. But I'm so excited about this. Ever since Fan Expo and then learning about this like system, I've been so pumped for this and cannot wait just to like get into it.
It's gonna be awesome. And we have a guest who has not appeared on the podcast or streams, but is a very active member of our Discord community. Ting, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ting, and technically I'm not haven't been playing RPGs for most of my life, but I've been a fan most of my life. But recently got back into playing and getting more serious about writing RPGs.
Hey.
I'm happy to be here.
This is going to be awesome. We haven't gone into characters yet, but you can see which characters we're playing below our social handles. And I'm really happy because, Agatha, you finally have a social handle that I could put on screen. This is awesome. So you can see what roles we're playing. It's going to be most excellent. So, Banana, where are we going to go next? What's the next step?
So I'm going to just do a quick primer, quick introduction on the scenario that we're going to be playing. So a few content warnings. There is going to be racism, abuse of authority, specifically from police, alcohol, and bugs, and paranormal stuff, along with the Jiangshi and a little bit of action movie violence. So just a quick warning over there. But the game itself is going to take on a humorous and kind of silly tone. We've already established lines and veils earlier, but if I forget something, please feel free to call me out and hold me accountable. Just because I'm GMing this doesn't mean that I'm perfect. So just throwing it out there. So usually this game would take about would go for 5 in-game days, but because this is a one-shot, this takes place over 2 in-game days, and it's going to use 5d8s. So now that we've gotten that quick primer out of the way, let's go into what the scene is about. So I'm just going to read this thing. We start the scene in the 1920s in San Francisco's Chinatown. We go through the gates and wander down the streets until we see a newly built gate, one commissioned by the San Francisco government, thinking that would be better for tourism. It's hideously painted with neon oranges and greens, and some weird symbols are embedded all over it. We continue down the street past a grocery store. A delivery boy runs down the street. Continuing further down, we see a dark alleyway with a door at the end. Take a right and a left and another right, and we end up at Grant Avenue, where 2 family restaurants are planted across from one another. Our story will be focused around the Wong family restaurant. That restaurant's name is 88 Noodles.
Oh.
Yay! So let's go ahead and go around and discuss introduce our characters. So who wants to start?
Age before beauty.
Yeah.
Are you talking about me? Okay. Fine. I see how it is. Sup? I'm Wylam. My English name is Mary. I'm the grandma of the family. I don't speak English very well, but I speak Cantonese fluently. A couple of things about my character. This is our 88 Noodles. I kind of operate the cash. I help out. I shoo away unruly customers. I make sure that my grandson, Sao Yi, does his homework, okay, and studies. I have a couple of things. I have a jade pendant that I've been wearing since I came to America, and I keep a small bowl filled with salt and pepper at the cash, just in case I need to fling it in the eyes of, anybody who gets a little too unruly. I also have a mahjong set, and I brought my family mahjong set to the stream. But that's my character. I am the matriarch of 88 Noodles.
What are your let's talk a little bit about your heirloom and your facet.
Okay, so my heirloom is an old text on shamanism. I inherited it from my great-great-grandmother, who probably, I want to say, took it from an old library back in China, and it's got a lot of talismans, fu inscriptions on how to deal with the supernatural. I treat it as reality. It is very much real to me, but my grandson, Sao Yi, might not believe in it. My facet is that I'm a poet, and I think that has mechanical implications in the game. But my character, I like to write poems and recite them to customers, whether they like them or not. Nice. I'm playing my real life grandma.
Sao Yi, do you want to go next?
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'm going to be playing Sao Yi, but please call me Sam. That's my English name. I'm 17 years old. I have dreams to eventually kind of get out and see the world, and I really want to be actually a fiction writer. Yeah, my grandma was a poet, and I really liked some of her work, but honestly, I'm looking just to like break out there and just kind of see my name, published. That's really, really what drives me here. I carry a pen and paper all around with me. I'm always writing stuff down. And generally I try to keep a pretty level head, which means sometimes when the restaurant's getting up and busy, I don't know. It's tough sometimes. That said, I do carry around a jade bracelet that's actually pretty meaningful to me. And I'm very hesitant to take it off.
Nice. So let's go to Gakeng. Would you like to
I'm Gakeng. I am the pillar of this family, you could say. And I do say, because I am the one holding this family business up with my two arms. What kind of food do? We do food that is good for you. And I'm the one that makes it. And my son is pretty lazy. And I'm trying to get him to be more interested in making the kind of food that we're known for. He likes to run away, and his grandma likes to cover for him. I don't know why, Ma, but one day he will succeed me. Now, in terms of my, what do I have? My favorite item is my new wok spatula that I don't have with me right now. I have to polish it every day with oil. So obviously it can't just be wielded around like some kind of a weapon. I have an heirloom, which is a gold flower ring that I got from my great grandfather. It's very precious. I keep it locked up. Obviously, can never be too careful. There are thieves around. And I'm very good at cooking. That is one of my skills. My other skill is negotiating. I have a good way with words in both English and Cantonese, if I do say so myself. And I believe in logic. Ma likes to go around and talk about spirits or things like that. And I let her have her way. She's getting old, and they need to have their hobbies. Okay, Ma, watch out for the customers.
I just hope that Sao Yi, when he finally publishes that book, uses his Chinese name. Not this, Sam.
Sam is
Sao
a good
Yi.
name.
No, Sao Yi.
Sam is really
Sao
easy
Yi.
to pronounce. That's why I chose
Sao
it.
Yi is easy to pronounce.
No, it's not.
Sao Yi.
Oh my god.
Not Sam.
Hoitong, do you have anything to say about this? And would you like to introduce yourself?
He's not publishing anything. He's going to be a doctor. So I'm Hoitong, the mother, English name Julia. Also good at cooking. Some might say she's the real cook, the chef of the restaurant.
Spoiler alert, she is.
She has a jade hair pick as an heirloom, passed down from her mother. And for some reason, she carries around a bottle of vinegar.
I mean, vinegar is really expensive.
It's a flex. It's a flex.
It's a flex.
So we got our fam. So
Cool. So we have our family. So I'm going to ask some questions. These are some additional questions for everyone for relationship building. So the first question is for Hoitong. Who do you want to impress the most? And talk about the last time you impressed them and it failed.
Probably the grandma. She's always looking for her approval.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I think to contextualize that, it's because I am Agatha's mother.
Gakung.
Gakung.
Gakung?
Gakung.
Gakko.
Yeah.
Cool. And Hoitong, what did you do the last time you tried to impress them and it failed?
Oh. I made it. One of the last meal I cooked for the restaurant staff, wasn't seasoned right.
Oh.
Nice.
Scandalo.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so Gakung, who do you want to see happy the most?
I think I want to see Hui Tong. I'm looking at my notes with the pronunciation. Happy the most. She's my wife.
Nice. And talk about the last time you tried to make them smile.
I started getting up much earlier than we usually do. I don't know when restaurateurs get up. Daniel?
Early.
They never sleep.
They never really sleep.
Okay, well, I get up a bit before that. I think like half an hour before that to knead the dough so that she can make her like special noodles.
Agatha, do you want to explain what this gesture is to people in the audience who are like, "What's this?"
Noodles, you know.
Noodles.
Yeah, this is how you eat noodles, right? No. Yeah, these are. Well, no, actually, I think Ting should explain.
I'll share the video in the chat, Ting.
Okay. It's called Dao Xiao Mian. It's knife-shaved noodles. So they take a piece of a lump of dough, and then instead of whatever way normally you make noodles, they use a knife and shave off slices of dough into the boiling water in a wok. That's how they make the noodles.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
They have robots doing that now, eh?
What?
Have you
Really?
seen? There's this restaurant in Toronto, and they have a robot. It just goes.
Oh. Have you ever been to P Mall and then there's that one like in one place in the food court where you always, if you sit near there, it's like
Bam, bam, and they're like pulling the noodles.
Yeah. They like slam it on.
Yeah, it's on the second floor.
Yeah. It's my favorite place.
Is that what
Anyway.
Grandma makes?
No,
Do you think? Oh,
Grandma's
maybe.
not strong enough.
Whoa! How
Make it.
dare you? How dare you?
Ma, I'm telling you,
No.
you already pulled your back twice this year.
I pulled the noodles, not my back.
You also pulled your back.
I just want a normal family.
So
This is your family, Sam.
or Sam.
Sao
Who
Yi.
are you, Saoyi or Sam? Who are you scared of disappointing the most?
Oh. I'm gonna go my mother. My mom really wants him to be a doctor, and I am really scared that. So I'm taking all the science courses and all that kind of stuff just to like, keep appearances, but I kind of hate it. Grades are fine because I bust my butt for that. Grades are great, but at some point in time, I gotta rip off that Band-Aid, and I'm terrified of that.
Nice. And talk about the last time you did something disappointing.
My report card. I got an A minus in math.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I'm still hearing about that.
Now, Grandma Wong, who
Okay.
do you trust the least?
Who do I trust the least?
Yes.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think it's not a matter of who I trust the least. It's who I have less faith in.
It's worse.
No. No, I think that I don't trust Hoitong enough. I don't think it's the least, but I'm distrusting of Hoitong because she has all these ideas of what we should serve in the restaurant, and I don't trust her instincts. We gotta serve the food from our village. Back in Kaiping, we came all the way to America, and we're serving flashy knife-cut noodles. No, hand-pulled. So I trust my son's wife the least, but only distrust her judgment in the restaurant business, not her character.
So tell me about the last time they did something that broke your trust.
Hoitong? Or just anybody in the family?
Let's stick with Hoitong.
Okay. I think it's that time that they decided that they would make noodles in the streets to bring in business. This is not entertainment. This is food for the soul. We don't want
That
to
was a great idea.
We don't want to pander to the white people like the restaurant across the street. I once saw Sao Yi go and eat at Dragon Palace.
Me too.
Ooh.
My friends
You
were
shouldn't have done
there.
that, Yi.
Why
talked
weren't your
about-
friends at our restaurant? 88 noodles.
It smells. They think it smells weird. That's why.
Get new friends.
Ouch.
That's
So let's also introduce our restaurant a little bit. So let's go around and talk about, what, where the restaurant is, what the name is, what type of cuisine it is, and what's the typical clientele. So let's go ahead and use this board as a reference for us as well. And we're also going to talk about our rival restaurant across the street. So who wants to start with what's the restaurant name and where it's located?
Agatha, do you want to do this? You came up with the name.
Yeah, our restaurant is called 88 Noodles. And true to its name, I think we've really flourished in this town. Should I talk about our specialties? I don't remember what is it. Are we located on Grant Street?
We're on Grant Avenue.
Grant Avenue.
Grant Avenue. So right in the heart of Chinatown and right in front of our rivals.
Across the street.
Nice.
But we were here first. They came later.
And who wants to talk about what you serve and the signature dishes, I should say.
I mean, there's a difference between what we serve and what we should be serving.
Oh my god. Do you want to dig into that?
Okay, Huitong, why don't you talk about what we serve?
So we serve the nightshade noodles and other kinds of noodles as well.
Ma, would you like to add to what other kind of noodles we serve?
We need to serve hand-pulled noodles made the traditional way with our bare hands, because we built this restaurant with our bare hands. None of this flashy entertainment noodles. That's it.
And
And I think Grandma also shouts across the street at the other grandma from the windows.
Oh,
And they just shout across the street at each other.
Oh my god.
poor Sam. Sam, do you want to tell us about the typical clientele that we have?
Yeah, so because we were one of the first restaurants on Grant Avenue, a lot of clientele are immigrants. Not all of them can speak English. So oftentimes when I'm kind of working the restaurant and trying to wait tables and what have you, I really got to dig into that Cantonese. And my Canto is not great. It's really not great, but it's enough to just kind of get by. And usually, people are just emoting, and really, I'm just trying to keep people happy and just like taking orders back to the kitchen. Our clientele generally comes kind of the evening. We just have like a dinner time rush. And, on some nights it can go pretty late where people are just kind of hanging out and just like being with other people who are sharing their experiences. And it's a nice way to just kind of get away from the Western world. I don't know why you'd want to do that, because clearly if you're going to make it, you need to like assimilate. Otherwise, like, it's just going to be tough, right? You're not going to be successful.
Speaking of assimilating, the rival restaurant is called Dragon Palace, and it serves Americanized Chinese food. And it's owned by the rival restaurateur, Chow Takwa, named after, if anyone's familiar with Cantonese film, he's named after Lao Dakwa. So that's where my names come from. So let's get into the game now that we've sort of, contextualized everything. So to start, we're going to start in the morning of day 1, and we're going to be using 5d8s throughout the game. And in the morning, that is when each person gets 2 restaurant cards. Oh, how does this work? Sorry, I'm on. There we go.
We're using like a custom Roll20 thing that you made
Yeah,
for the audience who can't see. It's pretty dope.
Thanks.
So can I ask a question about like the physical game? But obviously we're not physically together. Would there be like, I'm imagining we sit around like a table, and in the middle of the table is kind of like our restaurant, and there are like symbols that like represent our restaurant's attributes, and we each have like a placemat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there going to be a Lazy Susan at the middle?
I really want a Lazy Susan. So we've been talking about, we've talked to a few various restaurant owners, and they have agreed to lend us their restaurant to play when COVID's over and everything. So
what? It's gotta do this at a con too. When everyone,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would be so much fun. I'm very excited.
If one of the stretch goals is you can buy the game and it comes with a Lazy Susan, I'm in.
Literally, like, someone in the chat just said that.
Here's a blank check. Write anything you want on it.
That'd be amazing.
Like a beautifully engraved Lazy Susan.
Ooh.
Like the glass engraving with the
we'll
Chai original.
Oh,
yeah. Quan Chai original.
I don't know. Quan Chai does glass engraving.
Well, we'll see. I feel like he's got many talents.
Yeah.
So each player should have 2 cards. So these are your chores for the morning. So go ahead and flip them over and place them wherever on the Roll20 thing. That way everyone can see them.
Okay.
I have 2 decks. I want the restaurant deck, right?
No, we already have them in
our
hands already.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I can just place them down just so everyone can see them?
Yeah, place them down and make sure that they're in one area so that everyone knows what kind of chores you have. So
I'll take up the top right.
Okay, I'll do the top left.
I just don't want my cards to be near Dragon Palace. I don't like that.
That's good. That's good thinking.
My card is wrong. It says get mother sauce ready. It should be get grandmother sauce ready. Because it's grandmother's sauce.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Great. So once you've flipped over all of your cards, everyone should be able to see them. And now, because Grandma is the eldest in the family, she gets to decide who gets to do what, first of all. But these chores are sort of like pre-assigned each character already. So, but Grandma, if you like see anything that you want to override and be like, no, we're going to take this and we're going to put it somewhere else, then you can go ahead and do that. And on your character sheet, everyone should currently have 6 hours available to do whatever because you don't have any damage yet.
Okay.
So I'm seeing on the board only 6 cards. I don't know where
somebody didn't put down their cards.
Oh no, they did.
at
It's
the
just
very
on the
bottom.
very bottom.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just like moving it now.
So grandma gets to decide who does what chore first?
Grandma gets to redelegate everything. These are already pre-delegated by the entire family, but grandma can override anything and be like, no, we're going to take this instead.
Oh, okay. Well, all of them or just like a certain number?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who has received deliveries for 2 hours? Whose is that?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Where are Sam's? Steve, where did you put yours?
Bottom right. So I have to prep meat for 2 hours and get the steamer ready, which takes me 2 hours.
I would like. You know what? I think I want Xiaoyi to go through the inventory for 1 hour. Because I want Xiaoyi to understand all of the different ingredients that go into Chinese food. So
That's important.
What's the Canto name for grandma?
It depends. So I am your father's mother, so I'm your Ying Yin in like Toisan, which is what my family speaks. It's like a village dialect.
So that's definitely like thank you, Ying Ying. Like, I don't want to get up 4 hours before school to do all this stuff. 1 hour, saving 1 hour is like super valuable.
Yes. So I want you to be able to do your schoolwork, but I also want you to learn about Chinese food. So instead of just doing the steamer, you're going to go through the inventory.
Yeah. Food origins, got it.
Who had the inventory one originally?
I did.
Okay, so then I'm going to trade that one. Since my daughter-in-law is going to do something different, I'm going to ask her to let's do get steamer ready, and I'll trade get steamer ready with inventory. And I think the rest of them are fine to me.
And it is possible for grandma to not do anything. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, that
If she
means
wants
more
to.
time to play MJ with my friends.
But if you're like, if you want to control over any of the, cooking or anything like that, then it's dependent on what your character wants to do.
No, I have control over the sauce. I'm fine.
I can make the soup.
No,
I can simmer the soup for you.
I got that.
But you tell me that your back hurts.
My back doesn't hurt. It's okay.
It only doesn't hurt when you're playing mahjong.
No. It never hurts. What hurts is all of my friends' wallets when I beat them.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
What hurts is every time I see my daughter-in-law making the flashy noodles when we should be making the pulled noodles.
Okay, let's get started. Let's do our chores.
Great. So you're going to each choose one of these cards, and that's going to be what you're going to be role playing for the morning when things happen. So let's go around and let's start with Sam. Sam, what are you doing right now?
So Sam's gonna get the meat preparation out of the way. So it's a lot of basically getting the knives, sharpening them, making like the thin cuts and what have you. But then there's also like the whole like seasoning. And at this early hour, it just sucks. You're just elbow deep in maybe like ground meat or things like that, trying to add the salt and the chives and like the secret kind of like powders and things like that Sam just understands it's in a jar, and we don't ask questions about what's actually in that.
Nice. So you're in the back of the restaurant or the kitchen.
The kitchen,
area.
yeah, the kitchen area.
And who's there with you?
My mom is there with me because I know mom has to do a lot today. Mom has to do a lot every day.
Nice. And mom, what is the chore that you're doing?
I am prepping dessert for 3 hours.
Nice. What are you making?
Oh.
I'm imagining it's just a lot of cutting up fruits, different types of fruits,
Orange slices.
orange
Yeah.
slices, yeah,
The best dessert.
melons.
Cool. So is anyone at the front of the restaurant right now?
I am. I'm receiving deliveries.
Nice. And so you're receiving deliveries and you're waiting, but it seems like no one's really showing up. So you're just gonna hang out there for a bit, and I'll get back to you in a moment. And Grandma, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, I mean, like, I got the sauce ready. The soup is simmering. I'm just watching over my daughter-in-law and my grandson, making sure everything's done right. I'm also refilling my salt bowl with salt and pepper, just in case, because I used some of it last night.
Nice. I don't know if you can hear, but there's like a thunderstorm outside. So if it's like distracting, let me know.
That's okay.
And I can change the weather. Just kidding, I can't. But it'd be funny if I could just turn off the thunder. All right, cool. So as this is all happening, Lil Shrimp, the delivery boy, comes to the front door, and he sees you, Gakung, and he's just like, he looks at you, sort of in terror, and he drops some boxes in front of you, and then he rushes away.
Hey, be careful with these boxes.
You notice that the boxes are full of vegetables and a little bit of meat, but it's missing some stuff.
Okay, I run out after him.
Okay, so he's
You
gone
get
into
back
the
here.
back.
Wait,
gone
where's
into
he
the
running?
kitchen. He's going
Oh,
to
to
the
the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I run into the kitchen.
Okay. He's looking for Sam.
Sam, you turn around with bloodied hands.
I got like the traditional like apron. I got like the cleaver in hand. That round like cutting board. Yeah. And just like what? It's kind of like bleary eyed, just like still not super awake because getting up at 4 a.m. for a 17-year-old is the first layer of hell.
Lil Shrimp goes up to you and he's just like, Sam, I gotta talk to you. It's important.
It's super early. What can I wait? What's happening?
No, it's really important. Don't tell your parents.
And I think there's like a moment of tension of like Sam's mom is, diligently cutting up fruit, which is not easy. Like that takes practice. And I think Sam just kind of like, yeah. And just like finishes like one more chop and is like, oh, I'll be right back. And then just like hushes like Little Shrimp and just like gets out of there a little bit, still like the apron on and like hands still not washed and things like that. Just like, okay, what's going on?
Okay, Sam, you might want to sit down for this.
I don't have time. Look.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so he pulls out a jar. It's a glass jar, and it's got a little worm in it, and it's glowing like gold.
What is this? Where did you get this?
I found it at a cult meeting.
And Sam with like dirty bloody hand with the back of it just like puts it on the forehead, just like check for a fever. Like
What are you doing?
Clearly you're sick, because why else would you go to a cult meeting?
Are they speaking in English?
Sam definitely is speaking in English.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. Little Shrimp is just like, well, I didn't get into the meeting. I'm just trying to tell you that there was a meeting and I found this.
But what is that?
It's a new species of worm. We should go to the meeting.
If it's been more than 2 minutes, I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah, I was also running into the kitchen. I was wondering when I can enter.
You're like trying to find Little Shrimp.
What are they saying?
So yeah, I definitely think that like some time passes and Sam like knows like gotta get back to work, and Sam goes, can we talk about this later? Like whatever, cult meeting, got it. But yeah, mom. Yeah, finish your deliveries. You lazy person. I gotta get back to the kitchen. You know,
This
because
isn't over yet. I'll be back.
yeah, you do that. You.
Yeah. Yeah.
You.
I want to
Yeah.
I want to know
Cool.
what Agatha's doing,
Yeah, what's
because this
What's
person just
Agatha
ran
doing?
past you.
Yes, I want to know what the timeline is. Like, how fast am I able to run after this little child?
I'm gonna have
So
you
strict.
roll 5d8s and see if you catch on and hear anything or see what's going on.
Okay,
Ooh,
I
first
will
dice
do
roll.
that.
Yeah.
5d8.
All right, so you did not roll any 4s, so your highest roll is a 5.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. So you do hear a little bit of chatter, but it's sort of unclear because it's probably behind the door, right?
Hmm.
And so you hear things like the word meeting and maybe worm, and that's probably all you hear.
Okay. I would like to like push open the door, I guess. And then walk over and sling my arm over Little Shrimp's shoulder. What are you meeting, huh? Are you meeting my vegetables in the back and eating them up?
Is Sam there right now, or has Sam already left?
Sam is there, but is like, hey, you're on your own, and just like backs away. Sorry, Mom, I'm coming. Sorry.
I gotta go. I think
No. You don't.
parents-
No. I paid the full amount for this.
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Oh, there's been a mistake in the deliveries. I will get back to you soon. I'm a frail little boy. I can't carry that much. So, half now, and I'll go get more later
Where's your father?
at the grocery store.
Let's go. And I will. Well, what I want to do is like turn him around, my hand still on his shoulder, and walk him to the grocery store.
Yes. So, are we walking through the front or the back?
Back to the front. I don't know.
So, if
who's-
it's like, so think about like Bob's Burger style, where it's like there's like the restaurant here, and then there's the the front of the restaurant here, and then the kitchen in the back, and then there's like a little door, and then out the kitchen door is like the back entrance.
Okay, I'll yell then. Wait, where are you, mother?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, this whole time I'm standing behind you and I've got my bowl of salt and pepper. I
Okay,
have
great.
no idea what's going on because everybody's speaking English.
Okay.
So I think it's some sort of, maybe we're being ripped off. I'm ready to just fling salt and pepper into the face of this delivery boy.
So I turn over, like, and I don't think I see you yet. So I'm like, Ma! And then, oh, we're going to the grocery store.
Oh,
Can you watch the front?
okay. And I'm going to go and take my bowl and I'm going to stand out front.
All right.
So as we're walking out, Chao Takwa actually comes over, and he's come over from the rival restaurant, Dragon Palace, and he's just like standing at the door, you know, moseying around, and he's just like, "Oh hey, Gakko."
Hmm.
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 And I'm like continuing walking this kid along.
Where are you guys going? Where are you going?
And I point at the grocery store.
Yeah, how's business doing?
And I keep walking. Business
Are you
is
gonna try
good.
You say, how's business doing? You just point to the 88. That's what I would do.
Alright. Cool. So Chao Takwa's like going to go past you, and he's gonna go look for He's gonna go look for someone else to bother, probably Grandma Wong or Hortong, and just be like pestering them or something.
I'm probably
Yeah,
already
I hope
like
he goes.
messing with the other grandma. She's in the window. I'm standing out front because my son is just taking the delivery boy to the grocery store, and I'm just like shouting at the other grandma.
The other grandma's just like, what?
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 Okay. So Tezak was like looking for someone to bother at this point. Hoitong, he spots you and he's just like, so, seems kind of quiet here.
Oh, we're not open yet.
Business not doing well, huh?
Is this just Jimmy Pesto?
Yeah.
I love it.
Just getting up like really early in the morning just to bother your rival. It's so good.
He just like goes up to Hoitong's like, what are you working on right now? You're working on the fruits, right?
Wait, he's walking into the kitchen?
Yeah, how you
Yeah,
our
get past me?
restaurant?
Get past me? What?
Yeah. He just
Yeah,
went
so-
past.
Whoa,
he
whoa,
just
whoa,
went
whoa!
past
Wait,
Gakung.
whoa! Went past Gakung, who's leaving,
Yes.
and got past Grandma.
Grandma's upstairs.
No, Grandma's on the street yelling at the other
Oh,
grandma
Grandma's
who's
Oh
upstairs.
my god,
street.
you're
On-
actually on
okay.
the street level yelling at the other grandma.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
great.
Well, he somehow like snuck past all of you and found.
Maybe I
Hoitong.
just didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, we're not open yet, so of course it's quiet.
Yeah. Well, we're already open and we're doing very well.
No, good for you.
Just saying, gotta get that breakfast fresh.
Okay. We'll take the rest of the day rush.
All right, cool. So he just like hangs out for a bit longer. Meanwhile,
Hey, if you're gonna stick around, you want to help?
well, no, not really. I'm just gonna watch you work because obviously you're doing this whole thing wrong. Are you gonna try and convince him to do it for you?
Yes.
Oh, isn't Sam there as well, though?
Oh, Sam's there. Sam's just.
Son, you gonna let him talk to your mother like this?
Oh,
Okay, but
snap.
like he's like an older dude, I think. And I don't know, can I at least speak up to this? This seems like adult stuff.
You can roll.
Okay. What I'd like to do then is let's see. I'm a pretty decent actor. No, I'm gonna use my poetry. I'm using poetry. I'm gonna slam jam him
Ooh.
with some flowery English words. I'm gonna try to basically insult him in a way that he feels like he's insulted but doesn't understand.
Nice. So with your facet, it says here you could borrow a die from someone else's individual pool. So an individual pool is different from the regular family dice pool because that's something that I give you when you fail a die roll using the family pool, or if you act on your hopes and dreams. So say, for example, if Sam, gets closer to becoming an English fiction writer, I would give you a die and you would use that towards your individual pool. And you can roll it all together with the family pool. But once you use it, it's used, it goes back to me, and that's it with that die.
Okay.
So right now you don't have any dice, but you can still roll the family die.
Let's do that.
Dice pool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll 5d8.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. So I rolled 2 7s, which is dope.
No
2
fours.
5s, which is dope, and no 4s,
Nice.
which is like what you hope for.
Optimal.
Nice. All right, cool. So what does it look like when you do this poetry slam?
So I think this person has maybe like a kid or something that goes to the same school that I do?
Oh yeah. They're like parallel. It's like a parallel restaurant family.
Yeah.
Like everything's set up the same.
So I think Sam remembers a time when like that child, roughly Sam's age, just was humiliated at school. Just like a very embarrassing thing that happened. And as just like nonchalantly, Sam just like starts speaking up and he says, you know what? Ma, did I ever tell you about that time that Tim got in front of the entire class and was making a presentation and completely got an equation wrong and just kind of going through a math proof and just missed it completely. And I probably should have said something. You raised me to be very compassionate, but I think sometimes it's very important for people to fall hard and land on their face just to understand how important it is to stay in your lane.
Oh,
At
snap.
Chow Takwa's just like, his face is all red and flustered, and he's just like, I think it's time for me to go. I should go check up on the restaurant because it's doing so well. So see you losers later. And he just like runs away.
Of course.
Well, have a good morning. Walk slowly.
All right. So Grandma Wong,
as I'm coming back in, he's coming out, right? He's leaving the restaurant.
Yeah, it's just like your ships in the night, just passing each other by.
How'd you get past me?
I don't have time. I got a busy restaurant to run.
Okay. I'm just kind of dumbfounded. I'm like, how did he get past me?
So as this happens, you're going back you're in the restaurant now, and you notice a chill in the air, and your character actually can see spirits or hang out with spirits whenever they want.
Sweet.
And you feel a chill in the air, and everything is getting a little cold. And before you appears Grandpa Wong.
Oh, my love.
Hi, Wylam.
Is this the first time this has happened?
No, it's pretty regular.
Oh, okay. Hey. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Just wanted to check in.
Sao Yi keeps saying Sam. Hoi Tung wants to make fancy noodles. Gakung is off at the market. You know, the usual.
His family's a mess.
I'm just holding them up myself. I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. Anyway, I came by because I got some bad news.
Oh.
Yeah. We in the spirit world have gotten some news of something happening, and I figured I'd tell you first. So let me just read out this message.
Okay.
The end is nigh. That's it. Yep.
And then is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay. Are you gonna tell me any more? I mean, you talked so much when you were alive.
Yeah, I
that
know.
you say so little now.
What? Are you trying to blame this on me? Listen, I did everything. I'm here right now giving you
Sao Yi!
a message.
Sao Yi! Get my book!
And then Grandpa Wong is just like, okay, you know what? Forget this. And then he just disappears.
Sao Yi, get my book!
Yep, Grandma. And then like the butcher cleaver like into the cutting board and like
and wash your hands first.
Yeah, go wash my hands. Shh. And then I think it takes a while, but yeah, eventually Sao Yi's up there with Grandma.
All right, cool. And you're flipping through the book?
I want to flip through my book and be like, what is this?
All right, cool. So how your book works is that you can use it once per game. You can use its special ability one time per game to chat to an ancestor. But if you just want to, just use it to look through it, that's fine as well. So do you want to talk to an ancestor?
Yeah, I want to talk to an ancestor. Let's do it. I'd
right.
like to talk to my mother.
Okay. So your mother appears, and Sam can't see this, so you can't see this, but your mother appears, and she's just like, "Hello,
Hello,
child.
mother.
Hi. What's going on now?"
My husband, he came and said that the end is nigh, but said nothing.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately here.
Huh. Anything else? Xiao Yi, shh. Xiao Yi, I'm having a conversation.
Yes, Grandma.
So what does it look like for you, Xiao Yi? Like, is she like talking to herself?
Got the book open.
Yeah, book's
I
open.
probably have incense, and I've drawn out something.
Do you put like 3 sticks of incense into like a little thing filled with sand?
Yep.
This is normal. I mean, like, Grandma's getting old, and it's fine. It's okay. We just give her the time she needs and the space she needs. But Salyu's like trying to figure out, like, how can I quickly get back to the kitchen before Mom yells at me again?
And so your mother is just like, oh yeah, so people have been talking about this a lot lately. Something about the end of the world, something about a cult. Yeah, that's all I've been hearing.
Oh, a cult.
Yeah, they like did something, like some sort of ritual, and now something bad is gonna happen. Anyway, that's all I got.
Is Chinese people?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay.
We're not sure. 50-50.
50. Okay.
60-70.
Wait,
no,
that
doesn't make any sense. 60-40.
I mean, Mom, it's okay. You were never good at math. It's okay.
I'm not very good at math. You know that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, how's everything else doing? Xiaoyi's okay?
Xiaoyi's okay. Xiaoyi likes to go by Sam. But, Xiaoyi works hard. Xiaoyi is thoughtful. Xiaoyi is slowly learning about our culture. But Xiaoyi spends too much time outside the restaurant. That should be studied because Xiaoyi is very talented.
Kids these days.
My son is doing okay.
Yeah?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just okay.
I think the restaurant will be better if we serve more traditional food. Like yours.
Yes. Yeah.
But they don't listen to me. They think I'm crazy. Xiaoyi thinks I talk to walls. But here we are.
Here we are.
I miss you, Mother.
I miss you too. Well, if there's nothing else, I should get back to doing what I was doing in the spirit world,
Yeah, and I do spirit things. I get it. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
All right. And she slowly disappears. Meanwhile,
there's a window on the kitchen door. I'm like,
you're watching.
Watching.
All right, so we're gonna go into the afternoon now. So customers are starting to pile in, but meanwhile, this is happening. This has taken a while for Lil Shrimp and Gakeng to get to the grocery store for some strange reason. Maybe because Lil Shrimp just like keeps, evading the questions. Maybe he's just like, trying to pretend that everything's okay and nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. So, Gakeng, tell me what it looks like when you get to the grocery store.
When we get there, what does it look like? I mean, I'm sure it's pretty busy, but I just yell out, "Oh, what is his dad's name?"
He does not have a name. We'll just say grocery store clerk. Maybe just like
grocery store clerk.
Yeah. Let's make up a name, actually. Your call.
I don't know Cantonese names. I know.
We'll go with Hao Bok. That's my dad's name. My dad's name is Guan Hao Bok.
H-A-O-B-O-K?
B-O-B-O-K, yeah.
Oppo?
All right, cool.
All right. So I have my hand over this kid's shoulder, this poor kid. And I just like one of my foot is like stepping into this door, and I'm like, Halba! Hey!
And you hear in the distance, what? Is that Gakak?
Hey! And then I start walking in, and I'm looking for him.
Over here! And he's just like waving in a corner.
Hey! And I go over, I release the kid.
Little Shrimp just like immediately darts away.
Looks busy here.
Yeah, it's really busy. Oh God. Yeah, things have been ramping up. What's going on?
Good business.
Yeah, business is okay. Could be better. Always could be better, but busy.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about. And I point at Little Shrimp scurrying back.
What's wrong with Little Shrimp?
Has he been doing well at home?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Yeah, see? And I pull out a little, like oil-stained piece of paper. And on there is in very, very small handwriting, basically how I'm keeping track of orders and prices. See, this is the order for the last month, and this is what I got today. And then I list out what was there, and then because there's some things that are missing, right? From
Yeah.
box.
It's like a few deliveries. Yeah.
So I show him. Now, we've been doing business for so long. I know you. I trust you. That's why we go with you and not with that other person down the street. What do they know about vegetables, huh?
What are you trying to say?
But your son has been missing these deliveries, and I want to know what happened to them, because I paid for them, right? And I have to eat. I have to make a living.
Yeah, but I don't know. I send out the deliveries and everything's always there. I check the inventory. My son is not a liar. I'm not a liar.
Of course your son's not a liar, but maybe he's getting into trouble. Maybe other people are doing something. I need to know. And business hasn't been good these days.
So are you trying to convince him to give you more deliveries?
I'm trying to convince him to either give me what is missing from the deliveries, or like give me a good explanation.
Okay.
Truth.
So he doesn't know what's going on, but I'm going to ask you to roll 5d8s. Mm-hmm. And if you want, you can use your negotiate skill to reroll.
Ooh.
To reroll one die?
All dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might want to do that. Do I need to just reroll it immediately, or?
Oh, that's good.
You have to. So tell me. You could roll first, and then.
I did.
Okay, you're fine. You don't want to reroll. You're good.
Okay.
All right. So you got 7. And what does it look like when you're talking to him? How do you convince him that he should give you more deliveries or a discount or something?
I basically I do the thing again where like I sling my arm over his shoulder, and so like we're kind of like side by side, and I'm like heart to heart, and I'm saying, the place down the street, their prices are cheaper, and the thing is, I don't want to go to them. Of course, we are friends. We've been friends for so long. I only want to go with you, and I know you're more trustworthy. But these things that are missing is so important to our dishes. So I need it to be there. You know what I'm saying? Heart to heart, heart to heart.
Okay, fine. Fine. Take whatever you need. I have to go back to work. I don't have time for this. So just grab whatever you need. And you just like
You're a busy man with a busy business. And I go and start taking the things.
What a great deal.
Long, you owe me.
Does he say that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Probably.
And I turn around and I just like look at his back because I'm sure he's turned away from me now. And I turn back and continue taking my things.
Nice. All right. So going back to the restaurant, Grandma, where are you right now?
Sorry, before we go with the afternoon, can I do one more thing with Sam and Grandma?
Yeah, of course.
So Grandma doesn't speak English, right?
Not very
Nope.
well. No.
Okay.
Not very well.
Sam does not speak Cantonese very well. But Sam might have heard a word that might actually be the equivalent to cult. While Sam was like awkwardly just standing there while Grandma was like just talking to a wall.
Okay.
So I'd like Sam just to be like, "Hey Grandma, what's the word for cult? Can you explain what that is?"
So are you trying to understand Grandma right now?
Yeah,
We're rolling use the language.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Grandma said something, and I think Sam might know the word that was used, and it actually might mean cult, and like there's a connection there, and Sam's trying to figure that out.
So go ahead and roll 5d8s because you have 2 points to your understanding. That sort of helps, but probably not enough for you to understand fully.
Oh, I rolled a 4, so
Oh,
That's a bad roll. But can't you use your item, your heirloom?
You can use your heirloom if you want. Or sorry, your item. So you can use your item if you want.
Okay.
But that's a pen and paper. So I don't know if you can tell me how you want to use your pen and paper to sort of re-roll or try to figure out what the conversation was about, then
yeah.
roll.
So I think with pen and paper, Sam is trying to communicate like that word for cult, just trying to get a definition of it. So Sam has taken the pen and paper and he's kind of written the English word for cult, which obviously Grandma doesn't understand, and then has kind of like repeated phonetically what that word is, and maybe the pronunciation's like off, but then drawn like people kind of like around. I'm gonna say like a skull, just like people's, and then they all have angry faces. They're all like, "Arr." and
Nice.
and Sam's like, "What is?" and phonetically trying to struggle through the word cult. Like, what is that?
Awesome.
I'm gonna look at
So
this
I'm
paper. Oh, go ahead and roll.
So I have to re-roll, right?
You have to re-roll 1d8.
Okay, so for the audience, I rolled a 6 of my entire dice pool, which would normally be a success with some complications, but also rolled a 4, and 4s basically kill your highest rolls. So I lost it and I failed. So I'm gonna re-roll my highest roll, which at this point would be a 2. So I'm gonna re-roll 1d8, and it's gonna replace the 2, and it is a 6.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, awesome. So you do sort of succeed, but in a weird way. So what does that look like for Grandma? Like when you see this piece of paper, what is it?
Oh, I don't
to
have
you?
paper here. Oh, Sawi. Stick to writing.
Grandma. Ning ning. Come on.
I think I'm gonna just tell Sawi, like, you try to say cult.
Yes. What is it? Is it this?
I'm gonna write out the Chinese word for cult.
Mm-hmm.
Is it this? This is the complication. I think we understand we're trying to say the same thing, but we're trying to write it down, and I can't read English.
So I think Sam kind of like is kind of at wit's end here, and Sam goes, "A little shrimp last night," and just points to the picture, and just kind of like looks worried and shrugs.
I would say, Little Shrimp joined a cult. You joined a cult?
No, Grandma.
Oh
no.
my ancestors.
No, Grandma. No. Little Shrimp cult. Little Shrimp cult.
Little Shrimp started a cult of white people. Is that what this drawing is?
Do I eventually hear them in the front because they're being loud?
Yeah, how's Hoitong seeing this?
Can I eventually like step in and like translate between the two?
I'm gonna show my drawings, and then
So yeah, that can totally happen because I think at that point, you know, Sam's kind of like, I feel too much. I need to like talk about this a little bit. Like that was a lot that happened. So if Mom kind of walks in, Sam will just say like, "Hey, Little Shrimp told me that he kind of went to like a cult meeting last night, and I didn't ask any questions because I was really busy. But he asked if I would, you know, check it out, just because a lot of weird stuff's happening, and you know, I was just talking to Grandma about it."
And I'll translate to Grandma.
Hoitong, did your son join a cult?
No,
Oh.
he didn't. It was Shrimp.
Oh, that
He went to a cult.
So, did my son take Little Shrimp back to the cult?
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
All right. So as
I regret bringing this up. Sam regrets this.
Look! Success, but something weird happens is what it says.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
This is. I'm sure we have all been in this. Like we've been in a situation like this with an older member of our family. I certainly have. Every single time I see them.
Same here. Yep.
Yep.
So as this is happening, let's go into the afternoon, just so that we can get to all the other things that are happening. Because in the afternoon, Officer Jones shows up, and he's a policeman, and he is looking for anyone at the restaurant to help. So he like goes through the front door, and you hear like the little ding. Who goes out to greet him? Is it Grandma?
It might be Grandma.
So Grandma comes out to greet Officer
I was just standing right there with my bowl.
Yep.
Hello. I'm here for the money.
He's speaking English, right?
He's speaking English.
He's a white
so
guy?
You have to... Yes. So you have to roll... There are two things you could do. You could either talk to him, roll 5d8s -1 to your highest die roll to see if you understand, or you could ask someone else to help.
Grandma's got this. Nope. Double 4s.
Oh,
Wow.
Grandma. Grandma, no.
So you rolled a 1.
Grandma.
Wait, is it
So
minus
you
one
roll...
die?
Yeah, so you rolled a 0.
I rolled a 0.
Rolled a 0.
Yeah.
Grandma, no.
So
I'm just gonna look. He's gonna asking me for money, right? And I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
not open.
He's just looking at you, and at this point, he's just like, whatever. And he like rushes by you and goes into the restaurant, and he's just like,
I would
looking
intercept.
For
I gotta intercept.
You're
Not
trying to
open.
intercept him? Is there someone I could talk to?
Hoitong. Sao Yi.
So Sao Yi, late afternoon, maybe coming home from school. What would Sao Yi be home from school at this point?
Oh, wait, it's the
You
afternoon.
probably didn't go to school.
Wait, what?
because
What?
it's the 1920s.
Is it
Or
the-
wait, well, it's the 1920s. It's probably summertime or something like that.
Okay. That's something I'm gonna research into because I didn't know that. That's Anyways, yeah, no, Sao Yi will be coming down with like pen and paper, like clearly was like in the middle of writing something. And Sao Yi's find like has Sam seen Officer Jones before?
Yeah, you've probably seen him in passing. You probably never talked to him though.
Gotcha. Sam just profusely apologizes. Just like, Officer Jones, I'm really sorry. My grandma doesn't understand English. But don't worry. I know. Yeah, don't, just 1 second, please. And then like, I think with a very serious kind of like motion, kind of like lowers grandma's hand with the salt bowl and just like tries to like placate a little bit, just like with gestures. And Sam walks over to the register and pulls out $20
So much money. Oh my
Whoa.
God.
Money.
and just gives $20 to Officer Jones right from the register.
He looks at the $20 and he's just like, he pockets it and he's just like, that's not enough. And he says he's going to go sit down and have lunch.
Of course. The usual?
The usual.
Okay, of course. It'll be right up. Make yourself comfortable. I'll bring you some tea.
Very cool. So he sits down, and as he sits down, Little Shrimp comes through the door, the front door. You hear that dinging bell again, and he's looking for Sam.
I think Sam sees Little Shrimp kind of walk in, and Sam just is like, no.
Where's Gakun?
Yeah, where
There's
am I?
something going on. Oh, Gaku, you're probably following right behind. So like,
Oh,
right as Little Shrimp goes through, you're probably like a few paces behind him, bringing back like a whole box full of groceries.
oh, okay. So I see Officer Jones, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, Officer Jones! And I'll Sam, take this to the back.
Yeah, Dad. I already paid. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Officer Jones, thank you for coming to our restaurant. The same thing today?
Yes, the same thing.
Okay.
I got this one, Dad. And just kind of like scurries into the back.
Little Shrimp follows you to the back.
Hey, man, like this is probably the worst time ever you could have picked. You know that, right?
Listen, no, you need to know this. There's a cult in town and they're making these bugs.
Cool. Like to eat. Like this. Like what is your deal here?
I just want you to come with me to see the cult. I think it'd be cool.
Could it wait like 45 minutes?
Can we go at night?
Why at night?
Because that's when they have their meetings.
Of course, it's when they have their. Look, okay, go grab that apron. I need you to chop these scallions, okay?
Okay, fine. He rushes over and he grabs like an apron and starts chopping.
So,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, so the dish here, Officer Jones loves sweet and sour pork. It's basically you just take a pork cutlet and drench it in plum sauce. The scallions are put on top, raw, just to make it look Asian.
How's your stress level right now?
I think pretty high. Not like super like high, not the maximum, but
Okay.
Sam's hating today. Today sucks.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm just wondering because we'll get to you in a bit.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
So, Gakung, as you're talking to Officer Jones, you hear the bell ring again, and it's a Hollywood couple. Their names are Andrew and Helen Williams, and they're here to, just hang out and eat. They're just like giggling amongst one another, and they're just like, "Ooh, isn't this so exciting? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting!" And they're just like talking between one another. Hoitong, do you want to help out, or where are you right now, actually, Hoitong?
I'm in the kitchen, and when I see a little shrimp chopping scallions, I go over and show him how to do it right.
Nice.
Nice.
No, not even questioning why Little Shrimp is even doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valid.
Oh, because of that, actually, I'm going to give Gakeng a die, an individual die, because Sam was doing something that goes towards your hopes and dreams. And your hopes and dreams are actually for Sao to take over the business and crush your rival restaurants. So that sort of fits in. So you get an individual die. So that's 1d8. So next time you roll 5d8s, if you want to, you can add an extra one.
Nice.
Cool.
Yo, that context though. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
So proud of you, son.
I want to look and I see Little Shrimp, and I just want to say, I hope we're not paying him, right?
Grandma. No.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think when the Hollywood couple walks in, I affect a more pronounced Chinese accent because they like to hear the Chinese accent.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask them what they want. I recommend the things. Well, I basically recommend the same sweet and sour pork, was it?
Yeah, I was doing like a sweet and sour pork cutlet.
Yeah. That's what I recommend, and so on.
So they're sat down in the booth. They're just like, "Oh yes, we would like whatever you recommend. Just give us whatever you think is authentic."
Of course. And I turn around. Hoitong!
Ah!
And I yell out the order in Canto.
Cool. And they're just like so impressed by this, and they're eating away. Little Shrimp peeks his head out of the door and sees the Hollywood couple, and he goes towards Sam. Sam!
It's the Hollywood couple. It's the Hollywood couple?
That Hollywood couple, I know them.
Like, how? Why would you know them?
I know them from the cult. They were there last night. They went into a dark alleyway, through a door, and that's the cult. That's why they're in a cult. Yeah, that's evidence.
So, like, when we go, we're gonna see them. Can they get us like an in?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is there like a special like cult like symbol or something that they had?
Well, they had a sigil. It was like this weird like pyramid with an eye in it.
Yeah. Can you draw that? Here. And Sam gives Little Shrimp like a bottle with like a little like nozzle full of poison sauce. And it's like, just draw it on this plate. Just draw it.
Okay, fine. He squeezes it out, and it's like this triangle and an eye in the middle.
Hey! Stop wasting that.
No. It's for the customers. Don't worry, Ma. And
what nonsense are you two up to, huh?
It's a new fashion thing. Don't worry about it. I learned it in school. And just like very quickly, no context, with a cup of tea, brings that to Hollywood couple and just like slides that to them on the table with their tea, and it's like, this is for you. Very traditional.
What are you trying to do right now?
I don't know. Sam has no idea what he's doing.
I'm gonna have you roll 5d8s.
Sure. That is no 4, so it's okay. It's okay.
So one of the, I'll say Andrew, looks at it and he's just like, he looks over at Helen. They like look back at one another and they're just like, well, this is interesting. Hey kid, I think you got some sauce on that plate. Is this a dish or what is this?
It is just a sign for, oh god, prosperity and luck. It's to bring you good fortune, and I hope that you understand, because my friend and I wish you all the best. We appreciate your business.
Helen takes a business card out of her purse and hands it over to you.
And with like two hands, Sam takes it, bows really awkwardly, and then says, I hope to meet you again. And
We'll
then
talk.
just like gets the hell out of here. Holy crap, this is too much.
Well, she
Sam,
was just like,
little,
I told you.
oh my god, you're
I told
right.
you. I know. I'm always right.
No, okay. So tonight.
Yeah. What's your language?
What are they saying?
Sorry, Ma. Tonight. Okay. Tonight. And then like Sam just kind of like fades into the kitchen to like continue some more like chores and tasks.
Nice. So let's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is Horton sensing anything weird with the couple?
So.
Her being a psychic.
Horton can. So you can actively try and sense something if you want.
Hmm.
5d8.
Oh no, you could just roll first and then like tell me what you want to try and do.
Psychic lets you re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Oh!
This is the best roll of the game. Double eights?
Double eights!
Double eights! Oh my god. Okay. So you do sense something is off with the Hollywood couple, and tell me what it looks like when you get visions.
It's just sort of colors are washed out, almost black and white, but not quite that. Maybe like a dull purple or red, and it's like seeing their I guess auras.
Nice. So these the colors are washed out into like reds and purples, and it sort of looks like a movie, right? It's like a movie it's playing in front of you, and the Hollywood couple, you see them in your mind's eye that the couple is going into through this door. It's got a sigil on it with like the triangle with the eye in it, and it cuts into like a flash of like someone hopping down the street with their arms outstretched like this, and then it cuts again to this portal, this like storm clouds, but like it's like the circular thing that's just like contained within this this ball of clouds, and then you cut back into the present.
Oh snap!
Stumble back a little bit and hold on to the table behind me.
Nice. Does anyone else see that you're stumbling a little?
Do we have to roll for this?
Whoever's in the kitchen.
You don't have to roll if you're in the same area.
I think it might like make a little bit of noise, just kind of like you hit some like maybe some dishes like clatter or things like that. Maybe nothing breaks, but just like I think it'd be obvious. And I think Sam would just be like, Mom? Because you've had these spells before, right? Just kind of like sudden almost faints. And Sam kind of knows the procedure. And Sam's like, oh, Mom, I'll get you some water. Are you okay? Can you stand?
Yeah, yes. I think I'll be okay. Thanks.
Okay. Just sit. I'll get you some water. Okay. And I guess now Sam is like juggling 2 tables and cooking it and ordering a little shrimp around and also taking care of his mom who just had like a very like sudden spell. So great. That's perfect for a 17-year-old.
That's a lot of stress on you.
It's a lot of stress.
That is.
I'm actually going to do something. Are you on your character sheet right now?
I can be, yeah.
Go into your character sheet, and you're going to notice something on the first slot.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
You are taking a little bit of damage because you are very stressed out right now.
Cool.
So you are now. Oh, sorry. Go.
So for the audience, I have a placemat, like my map as my character sheet, and Banana has just put a card over top of my very first attribute, which is actually my pen and paper.
Oh.
So because I am now, and the card says dazed and confused, I am no longer, correct me if I'm wrong, able to use my pen and paper. Like it's just not effective anymore.
Exactly. So instead of having a pen and paper, your character is now dazed and confused. And once all 8 slots that have your all your items and facets and everything get filled up with these loss of self cards, they get flipped over into Jiangshi cards, and you become closer to becoming Jiangshi.
So I'm gonna describe this as so Sam had come down in the original scene with like notebook and things like that, and Sam was actually writing. In addition, there was a poem that was supposed to be placed inside like an overall narrative, and Sam left that on a table and is just sitting out in the open restaurant, while Sam is like in the kitchen, like making sure everything's like going according to plan, but has basically abandoned the pen and paper.
Nice. All right. So let's go into the evening now. So the Hollywood couple has left, and I'm gonna say Gakeng and and Grandma Wong, you're probably at the front, just like entertaining guests. Officer Jones, for some strange reason, is still there, but he's not said anything and he hasn't bothered anyone. He's just like there eating whatever he's eating, and sweet and sour pork or whatever. And the doorbell rings again, and it's a group of people, like a large group of people. And one of the people goes up to Gakeng, and they're just like, "Hey, we're here for the birthday."
The birthday?
Yeah, we have reservations for 30 people.
Is the restaurant big enough for 30 people?
30 people?
You could probably try to fit 30 people.
Are they talking in Chinese or English?
They're talking in Chinese.
Oh.
They're talking in Cantonese, yeah.
We'll fit 30.
Happy birthday. Who's the birthday person, huh?
Here! It's my birthday!
All right. Okay.
Yeah!
Sweet and sour pork on the house.
And everyone just cheers. Yeah!
For the birthday party.
Yeah,
not everyone
for the
else.
Birthday party. And then one of the people goes up to you, and she's just like, "Hey, so you got what we talked about, right?"
What's that?
The liquor.
And then I just
Did you
like
forget about it?
I just kind of like point at Officer Jones. I can't unless you go to the back.
The back. Can we go to the back?
For the drink. And then you come back out.
You're smart. You're really smart.
I am.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
All right. And what about
I don't know if we actually have alcohol. I assume we do, right? I think
We got the
established.
Biju. We make our own.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, we got moonshine.
Grandma makes her own.
Yes. Oh god.
It's how she funds her MJ habit.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I gotta play mahjong. Sometimes I don't win.
That's
No.
true.
So
Yeah, okay.
all these people pile in, and some of them are older, so they see Grandma, and they're just like, "Hey, Grandma Wong, why lamb? Hey,
Hello.
mahjong? Yeah, mahjong?
Later, 2 to a
Right
chair.
now?
2 to a
No?
chair.
Okay, we're going. They're just like piling in.
I gotta get my mahjong set with my sweet tiles over here.
Nice.
Grandma's gonna start playing with them. Grandma's not working in the restaurant. She's getting them tiles out.
Cool. And you're gonna start. So you're gambling right now, probably at one of the tables.
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
part of the birthday party experience. Losing money to Grandma Wong.
So how many? So let's talk about the gambling a bit. So you have you've played mahjong a lot with this group of people before, and you're kind of like a shark, right? You do this thing where you just
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Banana froze.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. What do? I don't know what I'm doing in mahjong.
You tell me about mahjong. I'm sure like Banana will just figure it out.
I don't know how to play mahjong. I have this set and I don't know what to do with it.
You don't know how to play mahjong?
Whoa, hold up. Yeah, I don't know how to play mahjong.
Then
We had this.
no, I froze. I'm back.
You're back.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay. I froze for a second. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. There was this big revelation that I don't know how to play mahjong in real life.
Me neither.
Somebody will teach me, and maybe we should play online. Can you do that online? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Tabletop
Oh.
simulator.
Yeah.
I feel like that is down a bad path.
Mahjong streams.
So one of the elders has come up to you, and you're all just gambling, and one of them is just like, "I'm gonna win this time. I got my eye on you."
I got both eyes on you.
Okay.
Grandma's not.
Sure.
She's trying to be witty.
Right. Okay.
She gets
totally understand.
Gets out her
Okay.
tiles, and we're gonna start playing. If you notice, Grandma doesn't really do a lot of work in the restaurant. She just criticizes everyone.
Like Grandma does. Okay, so as you're all playing, and this supposed new rival has come to the table, and they're doing really well. They're surprisingly very good at gambling. So what's your goal for this, you think, Grandma? Do you want to win everyone's money? Do you want to is this going to be a marathon? Is this going to be a sprint type thing?
This is a sprint. Grandma's just here to make money.
Okay, cool. So you're going to play once, get the money, and then go.
I
right?
also like to think that my rival in this case is the grandma from across the street.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Yes. Why is she here? Anyway, okay.
She's here because she thinks she can hustle me. She thinks she can hustle me.
He's
she's
here
gonna
because our
hustle.
food is better.
Yeah, I think she secretly likes our food and she comes here late at night.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that's so much drama. I love that.
So the elders are just gossiping about this new gate that's been built by the San Francisco government, and they're just like, "Oh, it's hideous. What are even those letters that they drew on the sides? It's just terrible." And they're just going back and forth about it, gossiping, doing all that fun stuff. Would you like to try and roll and see if you win people's money?
Oh hell yeah! Do I have any bonuses to? I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Do I have any
You-
bonuses? I have a re-roll when playing a gambling game.
You can re-roll if you want. So go ahead and roll 5d8s. If you don't like it, then you can re-roll.
I think I like that. I think
Damn.
I like that.
Oh,
I think I like that.
Damn.
Good.
Grandma can play mahjong. Daniel can't, but Grandma can play mahjong.
You sweep in and you win. You win big time. So everyone is sort of just not really suspecting that you would win anything in the first few games or the first few rounds, and suddenly you just swoop in and take everyone's money. So what do you win?
What do I win?
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing for money, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, as kind of a flex on the grandma from across the street, I'm gonna say, oh, real Chinese food is here and it's on the house.
Oh. The grandma from across the street is just glaring at you, not saying anything.
And when I say on the house, I'm gonna look right at her.
And
I'm
I'm
just-
standing behind my mom, hyping her up, be like, ha ha ha, on the house.
Nice.
That's what's happening.
Cool. So, Gakeng and Hoitong, everyone's sort of settled in, and you notice that Officer Jones is sitting at the table alone. And you sort of would like to move him because there's so many people here now, but he looks like he's passed out.
Oh.
When you get closer to him, his head just like flops down on the table into the plate of food.
Oh my god.
I kind of look around to see if anyone has noticed this.
No one's noticed.
Okay. He dead.
I'm like, ha, officers working so hard. And I say this like kind of quietly since no one has noticed. And I'm like trying to like heft him up through my shoulder. And is Hoitong in the back?
Hoitong, are you gonna help, or where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm with
Okay, so I kind of like call you over, and I'm like, cover me, as I'm basically dragging this dead white policeman.
What happened to him?
He's fucking dead?
He's fucking dead.
I don't know if he's dead. Oh, he's not feeling well. We're taking him to the back.
Dude, do we notice this at this point? Do we notice at this point?
You notice that there's something off. Like some of the customers are just like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening?"
Oh, if they start noticing, I'll say, Officer Jones! Oh, wow, you eat too much. You eat too much, you get sleepy. I'm like moving him.
One of the customers goes to the other, and they're just like,
Yeah, and then
right.
I'm pulling him.
So you pull him into the back. What do you do with him?
Check to see
like-
if he's alive.
Yeah. I check like if he's still breathing.
Okay, so he's not breathing.
Oh my god. Did you bring me to the kitchen or just the back?
I think the back is the kitchen.
I think the
isn't it?
back and the kitchen are pretty much the same space.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Don't bring So Sam is in the kitchen because apparently Sam's the only one working the kitchen right now to serve 30 people.
Yes, well, your mother came to help me. Don't complain. Just do your work.
I'm not complaining, Dad. Just deal with that. I have to serve all these people.
Okay. Wait, don't go help him. And I'm gonna like heft him up again and then take him out of the back door.
I'm looking through the window and say, that's what happens when you eat not traditional Chinese food.
Ma, go play mahjong.
Okay.
I have
I'm
no
like
words.
strenuously dragging this
Right.
police officer through the back door into the back street.
So in the garbage area.
Yeah, in the garbage area.
Okay, so are you gonna leave him there?
I'm gonna try to like take him to a bit further away from my shop. I mean my restaurant.
This is sketchy as fuck.
Okay, all right. As you're doing that, Chow Takwa comes around the corner and he's just like, "What are you doing?"
Come here. Come here.
No.
Why don't you want to come here? Huh? And I start like trying to move towards him.
Oh my god. And he like walks over. Okay. I'm here. What is it?
Carry him on the other side.
I don't want to carry it. That's a dead body. Is that a dead body? Is that a dead officer?
Shh. Listen, if anyone finds out about this, we will all lose our restaurants. You know this.
Okay, what do you
This
want me to do?
pig comes
Okay.
around every single week.
Okay, what
takes
are
our
we doing?
money.
What are we doing?
Throwing him in the river.
The river. We're not going all the way to the river. Why don't we just leave him here?
No, we have to take him further away out of the street.
I'm gonna have you roll 5d8s to convince
Oh, for sure.
this guy.
I'm trying to get him
to help carry this dead cop through Chinatown.
We don't know he's dead. Allegedly, he's dead.
Allegedly.
Hey now.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so Chautauqua's just like, okay, fine, but this is a bad idea. This is a terrible idea. Why am I doing this? And he's just like dragging this cop along with you.
Yeah. And then
What
so
does it look
like and we're like each like with an arm like I'm like why are you so tired?
Oh, so
I'm saying that,
no.
and then he's probably shushing me up because I'm being very loud.
Are you Weekend at Bernie's eating this thing?
This is 100% Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, and
yeah,
we're
go
gonna
ahead.
throw him outside of Chinatown.
Nice. All right, so let's go back to the restaurant where Sam is busy chopping up vegetables, cooking, doing all the stuff with Lil Shrimp, and Lil Shrimp is just like, hey, it's time. We should go. Come on.
No.
Come
I'm the
on.
only one working the kitchen.
It's fine. Your mom's there. What's mom doing?
Mom is preparing, making sure the broth is hot and preparing noodles.
Nice. See? Your mom. She's got it. She's fine. Let's go.
And also making some midnight kanji.
Midnight.
See?
Damn. The other day I had some. I actually ordered like some kanji in because I don't have any carbs in my home, and that was very emotional. Anyways, I think Sam is like, Mom. What's the Kanto word for mom?
Mama.
Mama.
Ma, I have to go. I can't work tonight. I have to go. Can you handle the kitchen by yourself?
Where are you going?
I can't tell you.
We're gonna get we're gonna get more groceries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna get more groceries, Mama.
Yep, more groceries.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's regular. It's normal.
Oh.
Don't think you should go right now.
But Mama, I finished. I finished most of the meat, so we should be good. I'll just be gone. Just half an hour.
Hmm.
20 minutes.
Yeah, Mama. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I might be a little bit late, but 20 minutes. Thank you. I love you. Bye. And I think Sam, kind of like grabs like a kind of like Little Shrimp's like shirt and is like, this better be worth it. Holy crap.
No, trust me. This is good. This is good. So Lil Shrimp leads you down an alleyway, and so we're behind like maybe a wall, and then you see down this alleyway. We're just like hiding behind this thing and just like peeking out from it. And down this alleyway is a door, and there are people going through the door, knocking on it with like, it looks like maybe they're saying a password or something. And you see one of those like sliding doors open up and then close back up, and then the door opens as they go through.
God.
And Lil Shrimp's just like, Sam, we should go.
Okay, I'm with you, but this is, what are we doing?
We'll just go through.
Okay.
We got this, whatever, right?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think
Best friends for life, right? Yeah.
I think
Best friends for life.
I feel like Sam is like feeling a lot of like fear, and I think if this was a movie, Sam would like take that jade bracelet and just kind of like hands across that wrist, just like hold it close a little bit as they kind of like enter, like go through the threshold.
Ooh, okay. Oh, are we going through the door? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
I thought like little sorry, my
Threshold as in like metaphorical threshold?
did the door open, or we just were at the door?
No, it's not open. We're just like going to the door, to the front
Okay.
of the door. Okay, cool. So Lil Shrimp goes up to the door and knocks.
Yeah.
All right, we just wait now.
Seriously?
The door opens up, like the sliding door to the actual door opens up, and you see two eyes peeking back at you. Password.
We're from the 88 Noodles. We're being expected. We're new members.
Password.
We talked to Andrew. Andrew knows us and is expecting us.
So the door opens and it's a guard, and he's just like, listen here, kids. I don't have time for this, all right? Give me a password. If you don't have a password, then scram.
And I think Sam takes like a deep breath, just like that composure skill of theirs, just takes a deep breath and says, look, I know you're hurting for members, and I know you're looking to expand. And from a business perspective, if you're not going to hook the youth, if you're going to turn them away, you're cutting yourself off the ankles. What you wanted to is you want to make sure that you got someone on the inside that can go back to the schools, go back to the youths and say, hey, I have an opportunity for you. But hey, no. If you want to just like kill this, nip this in the bud, perfectly fine. I'll just tell Andrew what you said.
I'm gonna have you roll 5d8.
Is Sam just becoming a cult recruiter?
I guess so. No 4s, which I'm looking for. I
got a 7
and a 5.
Wow, you got a 7. Okay. All right, so the guard's just like, all right, you know what? Fine, whatever. It's not a big deal. He opens out the door, and as he opens out the door, he's about to let you in, but then a hooded figure runs up to the guard, knocks him down, and you see this hooded figure standing over the guard, and this blue sort of wisp smoke comes out of the guard's face into this hooded figure.
Okay.
And the hooded figure turns around, and you realize it's the mayor of San Francisco. And there's something a little weird about him.
Sam got into some shit right now.
I bit off more than I could chew. He says in a vampire game.
Writing, though.
If only I had my pen and paper.
That's the perfect skill for this scenario.
What are you gonna do? We could run back to the restaurant.
Sam is paralyzed in place. There is no reaction that Sam is able to like do at this moment in time.
Okay. So, if you're gonna be, you could try to stick around, or you could try to run, or you could try to fight this thing off.
I
Or
think
you could just hang out. What do you think?
Okay. So what did grandma, what did mom, what did my dad teach me? So I'm in trouble. What would the lessons be of like, Sam, if you're in trouble, you should do this. What would that be? And I'm looking to like the group.
Let's get one piece of advice from each family member.
I was going to say take the body into the back alley and have your friend dump him in the river, but that was already shared.
Start with grandma.
Oh, okay.
Oldest to youngest.
Oh, I think if you're in trouble, turn to your community.
Okay.
And familiar organizations in Chinatown will protect you.
Okay.
And then my advice is if you're in danger, run away.
And
That would be my advice too.
okay. So Sam grabs little shrimp and without any gentleness here, grabs him by the collar and drags him out of here and just yells, "Just get out of here!" And they run They run back to the restaurant. They run to 88 Noodles. That's where safety is.
I'm gonna have you roll 5d8s just to see how stressed you are.
Oh God!
Oh no!
Telling you, Steve is stressed. Steve is very stressed.
Sorry, Steve.
It's okay. I rolled a 4, which
Uh-oh.
cancels out my 7.
But you still got a.
But I do have a
6.
6 and a
That's
5.
Okay, so you succeed in running away. But what's the weird thing that happens?
What's weirder than being chased by the strange mayor of San Francisco?
I would like the mayor to have met Sam like eye to eye. I would like there to be like a moment that just like Sam is recognized.
Oh.
And when you see into this like icy cold stare, you sort of feel something within you that tells you like someone in your family might know something more.
Okay. Oh shit. Whew.
All right, cool. So let's return back to the restaurant. So we are at 4:00 right now. What do we want to do? Do we want to continue playing?
Let's do it. Let's keep going. Let's finish this up.
All right, cool.
We could always do a part 2 later in the month to support your Kickstarter.
Thank you. That'd be awesome. All right, so let's go back into the restaurant. We're getting close to the dead of night. So Gakung, you left the body. Where'd you leave the body again?
I think we're taking it outside of Chinatown, and then like somewhere that's like the opposite of where 88 Noodles is.
Okay, cool.
So it would be like all the way to the other side of the street, and then like of the stretch, I guess, of Grant Avenue, and then also outside of Chinatown.
Okay. In the middle of doing all of this, the body sort of jerks a little bit.
Oh.
Mm.
I guess I take a closer look at this guy's face, and I kind of like do the thing where I'm like patting his cheek.
You notice that the color of his cheeks are now gray, like his skin has turned gray.
Does he smell yet? Like a corpse?
You don't smell anything gross just yet. But he is sort of like staring at you, like he's giving you like a jerky head movement.
Oh, okay. His eyes are open now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I let go of him and I take a step back. And what is my rebel's name again?
Chow Takwa.
Chow
Takwa. Okay, he's coming to life.
Chow Ta what?
Takwa.
It's on the main page.
Okay.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. And I'm like, let go of him. Telling him to let go of this.
And he just like starts running away. He just like doesn't even listen. He just bolts down the street.
Oh, the coward.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart. I'm also, I guess I kind of look around for a weapon.
So
I want to actually. So my personal motivation right now is I want to knock him out so that he doesn't remember that this is what I was going to do to him, because I think he's just not dead.
Got it. Okay. So the officer is like upright. He's just like that now. Like his arms are outstretched and like
God.
you're off to the side, but he's sort of slow moving.
Oh no.
I grab a broken wooden board that's on the ground and I kind of like go and poke at him with it.
I'm gonna have you roll 5d8s.
Okay.
Yo, this is dope. I love this. This is great.
Whoa!
8
Oh!
and 7.
Nice.
Go.
What a roll!
So, for some strange reason, poking this officer who's got his arms outstretched knocks him over. He topples over, and he's just like on the floor. But his arms are still outstretched.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like he's just like as stiff as a board, basically. He's just like toppled over on the ground.
Okay. And I'm like, you're so funny. And then I like run away.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you run away, and we are now in the dead of night still. And you go back to the restaurant, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So back at the restaurant, what is Grandma Wong doing?
I'm just like packing up all my mahjong tiles. I realize packing them up. I'm like, I've just cleaned everybody out. Everybody's enjoying the food, and I think that even my rival enjoyed the food too.
Nice.
But she's trying not to look impressed. But her plate's clean. Her bowl's empty.
And Haitong, how are you doing?
I'm fixing a bowl of congee just the way Grandma likes it.
Oh.
And serves it to her.
Aw.
Thank you.
So, Haitong, you actually, as you're like fixing everything up, the party's starting to die down because they're all getting drunk and full, and it doesn't seem like they really want any more food. And as they're quieting down, Haitong, you hear a scream come from outside.
Out back or out front?
Out back.
I gotta go check it out.
When you peek out the door, you see this couple running down the street. And as they're running down the street, a group of hopping people just like slowly hop towards them. But they're like comedically slow. And this couple's just like bolted down the street. It's like they're not even close to these hopping group of people.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So who's the spotlight on right now? It's on Ting, right?
It's on it's on Ting.
So we dealt with them before, right? So
have we? Did we establish that we've fought Jiangshi before?
I mean, I don't seem to know what they are.
Yeah, I don't think any of you know what they are, except for maybe
Grandma, who's too busy eating some congee.
I think Grandma would be the only person who knows what to do in this situation.
Has Grandma told us about Jiangshi?
I'm sure Grandma's talked about it, told stories, and I think that Xiao Yi's only thought of them as stories.
It's Grandma being Grandma.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've heard of them, but like you can't believe that's possibly real. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me.
So Hoiton is just in disbelief and is sort of rubbing her eyes and looking out again to make sure what she's seeing is actually happening.
Do you want to have a vision?
Sure.
Oh, I just keep thinking of That's So Raven.
Let's have you roll 5d8s to see what happens.
If you have a vision and you roll 4s, does that just make it extra bad?
It's just like you don't see anything, like you failed at seeing stuff.
Okay, was that the roll that just happened there?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 6s and 5s, which are great,
But weird.
but weird.
So, you see a vision of Grandma Wong when she was younger, and you see her sort of battling it out with like a couple of Jiangshi and like somehow kicking ass, but then that cuts. That's like a quick flash of that, and it probably means nothing right now, but it flashes, it cuts, and then it goes into many years ago, like back in the ancient times in China, and you see this priest, this Taoist priest, who's just like hanging out, and he's just like trying to take all these bodies and trying to lug them onto a cart, and he brushes his brow like it's just like sweaty, and he's just like, wow, if only there was an easier way to move all these bodies. And
No.
you see a cut of the priest, the same priest, holding this amulet, and he's just like, maybe if I enchant this amulet, somehow I could figure out a way to reanimate these corpses into hopping so that they can move with me, and then that'll make life so much easier for me, and I'll just put these paper talismans on their heads, and you know, they'll just move with me. And so you cut again, and then it's him walking down this wooded path, and behind him are these hopping Jiangshi, and they're just like arms outstretched with the paper talisman planted onto their heads. And then a gust of wind blows one of the paper talismans off of their heads, and they start attacking the priest.
Oh, snap.
Cut again. And you see that the same amulet that this priest was wearing is at a Sotheby's auction, and there's some like, you know, rich white people there betting on this thing, and the mayor wins the auction and buys this amulet, and then cut back to the present.
Whoa. That's a lot.
That's how.
That's yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay.
So,
What is
Hoitung,
next?
what do you do now?
That's like a. Do we end there?
We could end there.
Yeah.
Do we end there? That's
Yeah,
a
let's end there.
cliffhanger ending.
That's a good ending right there.
Shit.
So
That's the end of day one.
that's the end of day one. So let's summarize. So where are we at right now? We've got Jiangshi hopping around the streets of San Francisco's Chinatown. The Hoitung knows that the mayor is behind this. Is maybe?
Or maybe the
Maybe?
mayor has been turned into something?
Who knows? We'll find out.
Sam thinks the mayor is very sick and maybe has like rabies. This looks like rabies. This is rabies, right?
Yeah, people
Oh,
with
yeah.
rabies have blue eyes.
Yeah,
Blue-
yeah,
blue-
no,
glowing
that's,
blue eyes.
yeah,
No,
totally.
the mayor has blue eyes.
Yeah. So Sam saw the mayor attack someone, a bouncer. Definitely rabies. Definitely just like very sick. But Little Shrimp, I hate you. I hate you for giving. Damn.
Wow, Banana, that was awesome.
That was really cool.
Great.
That was cool.
Thank you so much.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end this stream here. We're gonna jump back with a part 2, kind of like maybe like halfway or towards the end of your Kickstarter campaign to get more eyes on
Yes.
it.
Thank you.
We've already put the link to the Jiangshi Kickstarter preview page, so you can join that. Let's get it to 1,200. There's already 1,000 people who are signed up. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I think it's going to be really awesome. Not only because I got to look at the book, but also write for it. You've done something really cool. This is a really awesome product. Like we were so stoked to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for playing.
Oh my god. Can I share like a little bit of like Steve is like, oh yeah, this is why it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, what should we do? Stars and wishes?
Oh,
we can
have
do
time for that?
if we want to do like a debrief in like a system like way, 100% I'm into that.
Let's do a stars and wishes on stream. So then when we
Ooh.
do our wishes, we can prep for the next one.
Sure.
Good call.
I have a lot that I want to express. So can I go first? I absolutely want to give a start to Ting. to the idea that the mother was just like cutting up fruit, and there's a moment there where like I just kind of had to like walk away from the table metaphorically, just because like my mom, my dad would cut up fruit a lot for me, and I have a lot of like emotional connection of just like I'm studying, I'm trying to like very hard to be the best that I possibly can be, and my dad just being like, I cut up a pineapple for you, or my mom being like, I peeled a tangerine and like here it is, just like keep pushing. And when you describe dessert, and the dessert was just like the care of like cutting up food and things like that, I can't fully describe it, but like it hit me in like a place that was like very personal. And this game, Banana, like gave us an opportunity to just like explore in other games. I would have never explored this idea of like cutting up fruit, but like you built something that like allows us to tell a story of just like cutting up a pineapple, peeling a tangerine, skinning grapes. That's like very emotional, and not everyone understands that. And I'm very thankful for like a group of like friends and players to like just get past that. I don't want to have to explain it. I just want to just understand that like it's emotional when someone like peels fruit for you. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Let's go to Ting next for stars. We'll circle back and do wishes.
I just want to give stars to everyone in this whole game. It's just been wonderful, and
it's valid.
Yeah.
Agatha, we'll go in a circle around the cast, and then we'll go to Banana, and then we'll go back to Steve.
Yeah. I think I also have like my star is just the whole game, I guess. I think okay, but particularly I just enjoy all the culturally specific moments that are happening where as we're playing out, we're like, oh my gosh, true. So one of the stars is for the interaction between Steve's character and Daniel's character, where they couldn't communicate to each other properly. I think most people, if you your family has a mother tongue that you're not as good at, you've experienced this, and it's both comedic but also like you feel seen. I felt seen because I can't really communicate with my mom's side of the family because they all speak Taiwanese and I don't. So I was like, wow, true. And I think in addition to that, I do really, my star is for that language part to be incorporated into the gameplay. I think it is such a normal part of for my life. That's such a normal thing, and then to have that just be an actual game mechanic that we're engaging with was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are my stars.
Mm-hmm.
My star would be, well, I have three. One is specifically to Ting for just agreeing to come onto this stream and not playing with anybody else before. Like, we play video games, but not playing with anybody else before, and just immediately just like fitting right in. We're ready to tell stories, and like that's a testament to also like the system that you've made, Banana, as well. So to Ting, the entire cast for like telling this dope story. Like, I grew up like working periodically at my grandparents' Chinese restaurants. And so like I have this game literally brings up memories of me like in their upstairs where they would live, coming downstairs, running around the restaurant, going to get ice cream in the restaurant while they had customers. Like I never thought of their restaurant
soft serve?
Not soft serve.
Oh no.
I never thought of the restaurant until we played this game, and now I can perfectly remember it. So thank you for allowing me to relive those like really good memories, because my grandma, who I'm playing, she passed away like over a decade ago, but the bowl thing was actually something that she did. And she had a bowl and she would throw it in people's faces, and it was salt and pepper. The last star is to the dice system. While Agatha said like you liked how there were Asian themes, Here, I liked how there are Asian themes in the dice mechanics, like using the D8 and having the D4 take away the highest number. I think that's really cool. And a lot of people, when they make Asian themed content, they'll skin it as Asian, but the foundation, the game mechanics, might not have anything that's culturally coded as, in this case, Chinese. And so I think that's really cool for that reason.
This could have easily been like you roll a D20, add some modifiers.
Yeah.
But no, we roll D8s, and like that's like pretty powerful to me. And I felt a tension that I otherwise wouldn't feel, and that was really, really like emotional for me. So that was great.
Yeah. And like that like shout out to like you and Sen. Sen wasn't here.
Yeah.
But like shout out to you and Sen for
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So Banana, what is your star?
Oh my gosh, just playing with all of you is incredible. Like honestly, I loved Daniel, your interpretation of grandma and like the salt throwing, like all the props were amazing. So thank you so much for that. Steve, I loved I am so sorry, first of all, for like putting so much stress onto your character and how you're just like, oh yeah, you know, they're just taking it on.
Oh my God, it's almost like Asian people who like are fourth generation or however many generations, you feel a lot of stress from your family.
Steve's character, your character was basically like all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna dig into a little bit of that. So I started like
No, totally.
encroaching your voice, but like I'm not Chinese, I'm Vietnamese. But the story to tell of your family being like, hey, we're in a different land and like there's like a lot of stuff we need to deal with, and we have to juggle like school and friendships and family. That was very meaningful to me, and no other game, like seriously, no other game has ever given me the opportunity to like really tell that story. Really speaks to like the value that you and Sen have really put into like this, and I hope that in the next Gen Con, whatever con, I can like play Jiangshi, and when I GM it, I'll be able to like tell these stories and like help people understand that like sometimes it's really tough to really like live in that tension, and when you feel the tension as a player, we can actually talk about that tension and I can connect it to my own experiences. And that is not only valuable, but powerful. Sorry, Banana, like I took some top spotlight from you, but like.
It's all good.
Do you have any other
Thank
stars you want to add, Banana?
Oh yeah, Agatha, honestly, like just taking it really like going to the extremes with your character. Like, no, we're not gonna just throw out the Jiangshi like out the door. We're gonna take him like all the way down Chinatown. Like that was hilarious. And I loved Ting's just like, okay, I guess this is happening. We'll just go with it. So yeah, I loved everyone's portrayals of all the characters.
So now that we're done that, let's go to wishes. What do we want to happen to in the next session? Like Banana, you also get to make a wish because we're at a table. So Steve, what is your wish for the next session?
I wish Sam to just talk to his family about this horrifying thing that happened, because I know that when I play Sam, it's going to be through the lens of someone who just really doesn't want to disappoint, but also understands that family is like Sam broke some kind of like unwritten contract to like leave the kitchen and just like do what Sam was like feeling would support Little Shrimp, but going back to family and saying, hey, I kind of messed up and I didn't expect it, but I actually kind of like want you to help me here. And I want to talk about that. That's like, yeah, I want to talk about that.
Nice. Ting, what is your wish?
Can you go over a wish? Because I'm.
Oh yeah, totally. So we do this at the end of every game we play. Stars are like, what did you like? And wishes are what you want to see, what you want to happen in the next session. So since we're doing a part 2, what do you want to happen in the part 2? Do you want a certain character interaction? Do you want a certain theme? Do you want more action? Is there a certain game mechanic that we are looking at on Roll20 that you want to interact with more? It could be a request for the GM or a request from another player or anything like that.
Gotcha. I guess it's just this. Yeah, I mean, see the night phase of the game. Yeah.
Okay.
And the mechanics that are associated with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think my wish is I feel kind of bad now since Steve was like, "Oh, I want like family time and reconciliation." And my wish is I would love to engage with the mechanics where I turn into a Jiangshi, because I really want to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
No,
I would also just like to turn into a Jiangshi in general.
I love, if I can gush more, I love this idea of like 1920s, like the racism is like super like entrenched. We are still in a lot of exclusionary policies, things like that. Like, let's just talk about that, because it's gonna give me Steve a lot of opportunities to just talk about like the tensions I feel in 2020, where I feel like as an Asian person, I just want to talk about these things, and Jiangshi Blood in the Banquet Hall is going to give me a lot of opportunities to like go through it. You know what I mean? And this wouldn't happen otherwise. So Banana Sen, you did a great job, which is like, here's a thing we can like play in and like explore those feelings that if it didn't exist, I probably couldn't explore.
Mm-hmm. My wish would be to have moments with both Ting's character and Steve's character where my character would acknowledge how much she respects both of those characters. I want that.
Grandma.
I want to make Steve cry.
I would create one this stream. Like, I don't. Daniel, yeah, let's do it. Make me cry more.
Okay, Banana. Let's end on. We're gonna end with your wish, and then, once again we'll shout out all of our socials, and we'll shout out Jiangshi, and then we'll call it. Banana, what's your wish?
So I've been writing down everyone's wishes, and thank you so much for playing. Like, this is just like, I hope that this game brings all these experiences to life. Like, I hope that you have fun with it, and you enjoy it, and that it's bringing a little bit of us into the game sphere. So in terms of like wishes, it's more like a broad thing where it's just like, I hope people like this. I hope people like, get to understand the Asian experience more. And then it's not just like one thing or the other, or just like, a single monolithic, idea of what the Asian experience is like, but it's like vast, and it's, it's all these things that are happening. So I guess it's a pretty big wish, not really for the game, but yeah, just in general.
Dope. So let's go over socials, because we are going to be releasing this in an audio format as well on our podcast feed. So there are going to be a couple of different ways that people can re-engage with this material. We're going to post it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AZNSrepresent. Subs on our Twitch channel will be able to, watch it again right away. And we're going to, of course, put it on our podcast feed. So people can engage with it in a variety of different ways. Let's start with Banana, and then we'll go Banana, Steve, Ting, Agatha, and then myself. Banana, where can people find you online if they want to know more about Jiangshi, if they want to see all of your dope work? Because you're working on some other things like Dune and things like that.
A few other things, yeah.
Just a few. You also you have a company.
It's some stuff. So you can find me on Twitter at BananaChan Games, and you can find my company Game in a Curry at Game in a Curry on Twitter.
Awesome.
Steve?
You can find me at DEEM Steve, DM Steve on Twitter. Daniel and I have been doing Asians Read, which is where we currently are reading through Legends of the 5R. Legends of the Five Rings. It's been going. We're on page 30 after 3 sessions. We're going pretty slow, but that's okay. We have a lot of guests and what have you. And Daniel, I want to share with you. After last night's stream, I had a conversation with the rest of the Discord community,
I heard.
and we'll see that there in the chat. But L5R, the community is something I did not expect, where everyone has come to me with their own identities and what have you, and we spoke about like what it means to represent the Asian experience, and everyone came to me with a lot of vulnerability, even if they weren't Asian, and we connected very deeply around what it means to be a minority and what it means to look at a piece of media that is not perfect, and the struggle that it is to be I want more of this, but I want less of this. And that's very vague, but that's kind of like what it is to be Asian.
Yeah, 100%. I think one of the things I think we mentioned this on yesterday's stream was that, reading L5R is a very different experience from reading Oriental Adventurers. Like, there's a complete absence of like very overt racism in one. And our reading of L5R has become way more nuanced. There are a lot of different voices there. There's a lot to consider, and I think that's why we're going slow. Because we're taking our time and we're involving the L5R community in that conversation, which is new for this season of Asians Read. Let's go to Ting. Oh, sorry, Agatha, were you going to say something?
No.
Let's go to Ting.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch is all the Ting 1000.
Agatha?
You can now find me on Twitter. Again, with no post. I'll tweet. And it's Mighty Shrimp. Mighty with 2 Y's.
Nice. And then you can find me on Twitter at Daniel H. Kwan. I do those Friday streams with Steve. Next weekend on Saturday, Critical Read is back with part 2 of our Al-Qadim read through. So check that out. Steve and I are still going through L5R. I think next week we're gonna definitely have Monty and Emma back. Hopefully Sar and maybe some other folks. I actually just released a little zine called Denizens of Mountains and Seas. It is an OSR compatible monster manual of 8 Chinese creatures from classical literature on my itch page. That's danielhkwan.itch.io, but you can just find it from my Twitter at danielhkwan. Of course, you can find Asians Represent on pretty much all platforms at AZNS Represent. The only platform we don't have that handle is Twitch. There is one other one. It's a user thing. The email and everything. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Banana, for running this incredible game and giving us all the feels. Thank you, Ting, for joining us. Ting, you're a member of our Discord community, and that's how we met. That's how this kind of happened. We want to make sure that other members of our community can also tell stories with us. So I put the Discord link in the Twitch chat. That's the only place that you could find that. We always share the Discord link during our streams because that's where the conversation happens. And if you want to continue that conversation in a safe and inclusive space, you could do so at the Asians Represent Discord. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.